happened with Shannon Sharp?
If nobody's seeing it, it's about temptation. Can we speak about that?
Yeah, for sure. One of the greatest downfall of man is what? Lust, sexual temptation. And unfortunately, we're unaware that science has shown us that lust, when you're a slave to it, it negatively impacts the prefrontal cortex, which affects our decision-making skills. So you look at David in his life, here it is, he's king. He had a concubine, right? Okay, many wives.
No.
Yeah, he did. 100. Listen to me.
No, not concubine.
Concubines. I'm sorry.
Okay,
yeah, plural.
There you go.
Now, look what it did to his mind. One of his warriors. You know, where I'm from, that's a worthy offense to kill David. You know, you gonna sell out your boy for some sex?
Was it Bathsheba?
Yeah. And Uriah was
that did happen in the Bible. Okay, this one might be good. Let me know y'all thoughts below. Make sure y'all like, comment through this. Let's see what he's talking about.
the warrior. Because he couldn't get away with it, he had Uriah, Joab put Uriah on the front lines to get him killed. I say that because here it is, 2025. We still struggle with the same thing. My second brother was murdered, major drug dealer, millionaire. The easiest way to set up any man,
a woman,
easiest way to get an attractive woman. We so foolish in the mind that we led by our penis, the lust, no sexual self-control. And so when I saw Brother Shannon, and because I don't meet these brothers, I don't speak on things that I don't know. I think that's unfair to them. You know, I've seen someone do that about me. It's like, you don't even understand what I was going through with my mother. All I could speak on was just the lack of sexual self-control that we all need. I see it affect the boys that I work with, how you have good fathers, but because of the lack of sexual self-control, or even deeper, brother, it falls into a lack of self-love. If we really deal on the psychological level, what makes you become a Lothario or a man who's promiscuous, that he doesn't even value his own temple, that he got to sleep with everyone else for affirmation. When I see the damage that it does to his sons.
Whoa, hold on. Hold on, bro. Wait a minute. I'm going to get commentary in a second. I got to let this man cook.
Or a man who's promiscuous, that he doesn't even value his own temple, that he got to sleep with everyone else for affirmation. When I see the damage that it does to his sons, and then the ill effects of that in their grades, and then how statistics show us that homes without fathers, the boys are at a greater risk of being incarcerated, and the daughters are more likely to have, to get pregnant young, and then also reach puberty before it's time, which is now linked, scientists say, is linked to depression. And so the reason I wanted to speak on it was not to condemn Brother Shannon. It was like, look, what can we learn from my brother?
Yeah.
You know, and
Yo, first of all, hold on. You know, I didn't know what to expect from this clip. I only seen like 5 seconds of it, and I wanted to actually get the full clip. This is something that we all struggle with. I ain't gonna lie, man, as men. You know, the discipline part, right? Because when I was younger, man, I was wild, boy. I was wild and all outside. Wild as all outside. Like, I'm telling you, I was wild. And I wasn't disciplined, man. I was not. And I guess I could afford to not be disciplined, you know, when I was younger, because it didn't really matter, right? I was trying to figure things out. But you start to notice when he said that it can affect your decision-making skills, you know, when I think back to me as a little bit younger, you know, and I was just like, you know, had different girls or whatever, like I was just doing some dumb stuff, like just stupid. And I even think about it today, you know, like how you have to have a level of dick discipline, right? That is a huge thing that I see as far as men, that some of us just don't have it, you know, some of us don't have dick discipline. I see some older men kind of get it together or whatever, but it is a struggle, right? It is a struggle because we are men, we are physical. Like anybody out there that's saying it's not, I mean, okay, I don't know what's wrong with you, but we are physical creatures. We like what we like. We see what we see. We are touch, feel, and physical. But to be able to, create that boundary and to have a level of discipline, it does make you even a better man, because behind that one decision, man, can totally mess up everything, man. Like, oh my goodness, man. I'm not trying to touch on things personal, but I've seen some men have some great women and they've messed it up over the box, man, and they've lost everything. They're paying crazy amounts of money for child support. They can't find another good woman, all because of some box that they wanted to get. And that chick that they got the box from ain't even around no more. Like, she's gone. Like, it was just a thrill. And it's, my barber said it, and I'm gonna share this with y'all. He said, do the math, right? And do the math on things just in life. But we were talking about like a situation. I forgot what it was at the barbershop. If you've been at the barbershop, you know how it goes. And he wasn't talking directly to me. He was just saying in general, yeah, you got to do the math. And when you think about it, man, like when you married, or even if you're in a relationship with a nice woman or whatever, man, and I'm not here to make no simp type of content. I'm just being real. When you got a good woman, say she's faithful, she's doing everything, and she's even elevating you. Do the math on messing around with some other chick just because of the box. Now you didn't ruin everything with her. Your trust is ruined, and it just spirals. And I like what he's saying. I like the David reference, right? Because to some men, it don't matter how much box they get. They can have all the box in the world. It's always that other piece of box that they want. And it can really, really affect them. You know what I'm saying? It can affect your success. I really believe so, man. And so he's touching on a lot of stuff, man. And he's saying some real things. And yeah, I've seen some dudes make some silly decisions. I've seen dudes do some dumb stuff for women in general, even when men not have girlfriends. Like, I've seen them do some silly stuff because they're not seeing like what their girl is doing. But let me let him cook a little bit more, man. Woo.
So quick in society, as you were saying, look at the content, but not the context. This has been going on for centuries.
Yeah.
Why does it keep happening? Brother was on his way to sign, what, a $40 million contract for a podcast, or more than that? Yeah, okay. And we still, not him, we,
just in general,
see a good-looking woman. That just happened to us. I want to hit that. Mm-hmm. The scriptures say, a man without self-control is like a city without walls. In ancient times, the walls were the protection of the city. Mm-hmm. So without self-control, your mind is impenetrable to seeing your weaknesses, your flaws. You can't even have the foresight or the wisdom to see that if I make this decision, this is going to cost me not only my wife, my family, not only my reputation, not only my business, but most importantly for me, the scriptures say our God is blasphemed amongst the Gentiles because of us. Mm-hmm. I got too much to lose, hence why I teach men it ain't good enough just to be in love with your wife. That's going to keep you on the path. You got to fear the Most High. We have this concept as men, I'm going to hold you accountable, bro, you hold me accountable, right? Mm-hmm. That's impossible unless I plan to live every second of my day with you.
Let our
man. I didn't mean for the commercial to come on, but let me let that cook up. But okay. Wow, that is a lot to take in. What he's saying is true, though. It's very, very true, man. Dude, like I think of situations, not just Shannon Sharp, but a lot of basketball players, a lot of football players that have totally ruined their reputation, their bag over a chick. It don't even have to be sex. It could just be the type of chick you choose. You know what I'm saying? Like, this doesn't always have to be about just sex. This could just be about just in general, about just choosing the wrong woman or getting involved with certain women. He's speaking facts, man. I honestly say, I know we live in a world right now where, you got some people out there that's saying, oh, you need to have multiple women, and once you become a high value man, this and that. I said, bro, I've elevated my life when I decided to become disciplined. And I mean discipline in every aspect, right? To, my time, right? I literally time block stuff. When it comes to being, an entrepreneur, I time block that. I'm disciplined with that. Even with my wife, you know, I'm disciplined there. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the more disciplined I can be, the more focused I can be. I'm being honest with y'all. I'm not a perfect man, but I do know, like he said, you know, just fearing God based on this decision. Because sometimes you need something to stop you from doing something stupid. And a lot of times it's not just what you think, right? Because you don't care. You can convince yourself that the color of this damn thing right here is purple, right? But you do have to have somebody to say, you know what, I'm not going to do this, right? And so some people is God. For me, I just feel like it's just not worth it, man. Like when you do the math on this and you think it all the way through and you say, okay, let's say I go through with this, right? And I get what I get. You know what I think about a lot of times, man? Let's just say you go out there and do this, right? A lot of these athletes that go do it. You get this girl. Now you got to deal with her, all her baggage. Now she can sue you. Now she can blow up your whole spot. And now you got to deal with her all over a session that lasted anywhere from 2 minutes to 30 minutes. But you got to deal with her outside of the bedroom, which makes it miserable. And I'm like, is the math really worth it? You know, I see these athletes that go out here and they make millions of dollars and they become stupid, right? Like I think Anthony Edwards, or who's that other one? Stephon Diggs. Tyreek Hill. They go out there and they just start having a bunch of freaking kids because they're making a bunch of money. But I'm like, bro, when this is all over and you're not making that money from the league, you're going to go broke because you chasing women. Like, you got to do the math, man. And ain't nobody perfect. I'm just saying that, and I'm just going to just lay that out there. But what he is saying is so true, man. One thing that I think one of man's greatest qualities is not just a faithful man and not just a man who's diligent, but a disciplined man. I think that's what a lot of women are missing when they're looking for these men that they write down on their wish list. They're missing a disciplined man. And that's the type of man that you want to grow with and have a family with. Because we already know it's tough decisions out here. But a disciplined man knows that you can go out here and go get this, right? A homeless man can get some box. But if I go and get this box, I'm going to mess up everything that I didn't work for. Everything. And is it really worth it to mess it up over that when I can get this at home? And you should be getting it at home. But man, anyways, I seen this. I wanted to react to it because I thought it would be, you know, a good reaction. And it was about men. And I only seen 5 seconds of it. But yeah, I know some men that aren't so very disciplined when it comes to the box, man. And like, they all over the place, man. They be all over the place. This is real, man. This is real. This is real. So let me know your guys' thoughts on what he said. I've never heard of him before. His name is Jason Wilson, I believe. Jason Wilson on manhood, faith, and overcoming temptation. He dropped some scriptures in there. But not only did he drop some scriptures in there, because I hate when people just drop scriptures and it has no context. When he mentioned David, and he talked about how David was and how he basically had everything that he wanted. He had all the women, and he still wasn't making good decisions, and he still was willing to basically throw his friend away, which was crazy. Wow. Yeah, man. You know, I think the more disciplined you become, I think the better and the more successful you'll be, because you know what to say no to. All right, man. Let me know y'all thoughts below. Let me get up out of here. Like I say after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work.
You are watching a master at work.